So definitely, the bus industry has had a pretty bad experience in the last 2 years. Passenger transport itself has had a bad experience. But then in 2022, we've actually seen everything take the whole thing flip on its head. The number of people that have started, roaming around the country has increased drastically, and we've seen a lot of new players kind of coming on board. The advantage now over here is that with fleet operators, they started looking at how do they make their vehicles a lot more efficient, how do they prevent breakdowns. When vehicles were stopped for a longer time period, getting them out of maintenance or getting them on road itself was a significant cost. So our pitch to the bus operators is there are two major things. One is ensuring that you take preventive actions, preventive maintenance based on the alerts that we raise to them. And the other piece is ensuring that they drive a lot more efficiency with their operations. We've had some customers who've actually been able to save close to 2 to 3 lakh rupees a month just primarily on ensuring that their drivers drive safely, giving them good feedback around what are the areas that they can actually improve on. So our pitch to them is basically twofold. One is ensure that the vehicles run on the road a lot more, without any breakdowns, and driving efficiency in their operation. It's in the start, definitely, when it comes to being able to say that this is an investment rather than an expense, right? That journey has, it started a couple of years back. But then at this point in time, we've had good use cases. We've had good customers themselves who've taken this investment and showed that, you're able to treat this as an investment, get an ROI in generally 4 to 5 months. So the adoptability for customers is there. It's just a matter of it's actually on us as well to ensure that they're able to kind of use the data in this manner, because it's very data heavy. We have focused quite a bit on going and educating customers that these are your problems, this is how you can solve it, and actually helping them solve it. So it's been good. And as in the last 2 years, there's been a lot more focus on digitization, right? Which essentially means a lot more bus operators are open to using technology. And if they see the benefit, they're more than open to kind of, coming back and saying, "What, I need this." Across the different segments, right? It's very, fragmented, right? You have the OEMs basically trying to, they're building good technology. The operators are basically trying to run the fleet in a certain manner. There is this gap in between which talks about a good feedback about how the operations are run on ground versus what the OEM actually gets as information. More often than not, what we've seen is there's always this, an operator versus an OEM, primarily because an OEM says, "Here's my vehicle, I've made this very good," and the fleet operator, sometimes says that there are probably breakdowns or it's not really giving that kind of mileage. And it's not that both of them are wrong. The thing is, from an OEM, they've designed the vehicle ensuring, with all the input that they've got, the operator operates it according to the conditions that, it's available to them. The infrastructure, there's a lot of construction on roads, a lot of traffic on the highway. So being able to bridge the gap in between with data, that's something that we're basically trying to focus on, so that everyone is able to understand each other, use the data to kind of ensure that the whole experience is smooth. The OEMs can use the data to improve their designs, get feedback. The operators can use the data to ensure that, fair enough, now that this is how vehicles are behaving, use this data to change their operations according to that, and then basically use that. It's been fantastic. I mean, there has actually been like a ramp up for the last 2 years, and primarily again because of the fact that everything shut down. Now the whole focus on digitization is very high, and BS6 has definitely been a game changer as well, primarily because with new emission standards, there's a lot more sensor, which essentially means there's a lot less know-how in terms of when something goes wrong. and the need for such technology, especially not only from a fleet operator but even the OEMs themselves, really need to know that what's going on ground. So for us, 2022 has been, it's been good. We have OEM partners, we have enterprise partners, and the visibility in terms of that we've had through events like Prawaas, through Motorindia as well, has actually been very good. In terms of the growth for the next couple of years, our focus is primarily two major folds. One is we are basically looking at expanding outside of India. We are already have POCs going on in 11 different countries right now, and we are expanding with different partners outside of India. Apart from it, the focus is on ensuring that the product is usable across different segments, right? So this year it's actually going to be focusing on going and talking to customers, improving the platform to help customers use the data that we already generated.